Nike are going big into the small-sided game for 2015 with the arrival of the all-new Football X series of shoes for indoor and AstroTurf. After numerous rebrands such as T5, Nike 5 and FC 24/7, Nike will be hoping that it's a case of X marks the spot with their latest collection of shoes for the small-sided game. Based off of the Nike Magista Obra and Mercurial Superfly, Nike will be hoping that the new Football X shoes bring along some of the hype and incredible performance of their 11-a-side counterparts over to the streets and courts. And that certainly seems to be the case, given the immediately positive first impression we get when taking a look at the new Nike Mercurial X out of the box. The construction will be largely familiar to anyone who's done their homework on the Superfly 4, or indeed the very similar Elastico Superfly. But just in case you haven't, here's the way Nike's Flyknit for football shoes work. The base layer for the upper is Nike Flyknit, a knitted yarn chosen for being able to fit like a sock and bring the foot closer to the ball. Not only fitting like a sock, Nike designed it to look like one too, culminating in the dynamic fit collar that provides additional support to the lower leg. On the inside of the shoe, you'll find some additional padding in the heel and a soft touch liner in the toe cap, but it's on the outside where things really start getting interesting. Brio cables add suspension bridge style support by working with the lacing system to lock the foot into the sole plate and heel. Layered on top of that is Nike Skin, a synthetic material introduced on the Hypervenom Phantom in 2013 that's designed to offer friction and feel on the ball whilst being flexible enough to let the Flyknit do its thing. There has been a little bit of confusion about the Football X shoes' choice of materials, with some retailers saying that these shoes have a premium leather overlay. However, the manufacturing sticker that came on our pair doesn't say there is any on the Mercurial X. However, there is some used on the forefoot of the Magista X, which is likely where the confusion has arisen. Sticking with that upper construction just for a second, Nike have largely kept the design the same as the Elastico Superfly in terms of the layout and choice of materials. However, there is a little bit of change in the design of the heel, which makes this part of the boot a little bit more forgiving. One entirely new addition for the Mercurial X is the inclusion of Nike Grind rubber in the forefoot. This aggressive feeling added texture around the big toe and instep gives an added sense of confidence on the ball, whilst also adding another layer of abrasion resistance. A similar level of durability is promised on the outsole too, with Nike including a non-marking rubber traction system for use in indoor competition or out on the street. This largely hexagonal traction design was introduced last year and seems to have garnered some good feedback so far, so its inclusion is definitely a plus point. However, this time out, Nike have amped up the Phylon cushioning for a more comfortable ride in the heel whilst retaining that forefoot responsiveness. Nike are launching Football X under the banner of Remix the Game, and the Mercurial X certainly feel like a new take on a familiar favourite. On foot, the fit and feel of the shoe is largely the same as the Mercurial Superfly 4, meaning that you're getting a shoe which is very good for average to narrow width feet. If you're not a fan of having a lot of room spare in front of your toes in the toe box, and you don't have particularly wide feet, you might even consider going half a size down. Every bit the performance shoe that the Superfly 4 is, the Mercurial X is an uncompromising bit of footwear for players who demand the same from their off-field shoes as they do when they're playing full-sized. As always, you can check out more on the Nike Football X range on footyboots.com, not to mention plenty of exclusive coverage of just about every other boot on the market over on our Instagram, Facebook, Google+, and Twitter pages.